now in my life. I'm feeling too yangy. Just, I mean, I'm just doing exercises that are yangy. Right, right. Yeah, I guess it's more just more anxious, a little more like I guess what I'm looking for is to find relaxation in something healthy and not a glass of wine. Because I tend to just want to see you have a good one. To I mean, I probably will still do that, but but I'm trying to, look for something healthier that way. Yeah. I went to Debbie has a restorative here on Mondays at noon. I went to hers yesterday. I had such a great day because I did like a combo. I did a yoga class and then I did some work and then I did her restorative and then I walked the dog. I just felt like I did this nice like work, movement, work, movement, work, movement. And I just felt so much more balanced. Yeah. Yeah. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. I just. Mhm. I know. That's what Debbie and I both said. Yeah, you kind of take on that feeling. Hey, Jane, welcome. Hey, Jane. We're gonna do a little. Let me come into the video area so you can see me. We're gonna do a teeny tiny bit of more of a restorativeness at the very beginning tonight. So you'll want to grab something that you can lean over to the side like this, um, just to stretch out the rib area. So some kind of pillow or prop or something like that so you can have that going on. I'd say a pillow, or if you have blocks, you could take a block and put a blanket over it. Um, like I said, we're just going to do it at the very, very beginning of class because once we get sweaty, I don't want to use these restorative props because they'll be gross for everybody else. So we're just going to use this stuff at the very beginning of class. And did you catch what I was saying there, Jesse, to Jane? I was talking to her on the camera, but if you want to get something like this, I'll show you what we're up to. We're going to be doing a posture like this. So play around with the height of it. Ooh. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna shut the door. I have the studios open here. I have the studio doors open, Jane. I'm gonna shut those, and once I do, we'll get rolling. Looks like a couple people are enjoying Shavasana, so we'll just go ahead and start in that tonight. Get really comfy on your back. So we're starting in Shavasana. Welcome, Allison. Let's start with take the first 5-10 minutes of class tonight with a little bit more of a restorative vibe, but we will be moving into a regular flow here soon. Allison G, I'm not sure. Yeah, might be. Okay, Tracy's here. Alice and I, or Allie. If that's you, she's saying hi and waving to you. But we're starting here in the studio, starting on our back. You can see Tracy probably in the video. So the vibe I'm picking up already is people Moving right into this mindful, present breathing, awareness of the body. Just check in with your joints, ankles, knees, hips, wrists, elbows, shoulders, your neck. And if you haven't done so, take control of your breathing. Slowly inhale and slowly exhale. Check in with your mind. What is your state? Is it a little congested? Is it clear? And then move under those thoughts. Find that sense of ease in your mind. What does your heart feel like? Use your lungs to encase your heart with your next inhale. Hail. And exhale as if your lungs are actually caressing or hugging your heart. Finding that comfort in your inhale all around your heart. The back, the sides, even the front of your heart, your lungs wraps around your heart. Find the bolster that you put together for yourself. And I'm not sure if you call it this alley. We're going to use a pillow or a blanket. You can see what I have set up here. And choose one side or the other. Doesn't matter which side, but you're going to orient that bolster so that it's going to be right underneath your ribs. You're going to lay in such a way that the bolster is under your ribs. Bottom arm, extend it long. You're going to use that as a pillow. Let your head drape down. So you're going to get this C-shaped bend in your spine, even in your neck area, because your head is going to drape down on your arm. So what we're after is a stretch between your ribs, looking for rib mobility here. So with your inhale, think about directing the air into the lung that's oriented towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Really feel that stretch. Now that top arm you can do a few things with. You could lay it down on your side of your body, or you could reach it up over your head for a bigger stretch. If you wanted a little movement already, you could do big circles with that arm, one direction and the other. But the goal here is to let that soft tissue between your ribs, also from the base of your rib and the top of your pelvis, just to loosen up in this restorative, supported lateral flexion bend, side body bend. Eyes open or closed here. Moving towards a space of ease, calmness. You have about 5 more breaths, experiencing this lateral flexion in your body. So it goes right under the ribs there, Paige. So scoot towards the middle a little more. Yep. You want to feel the stretch in between your ribs. And prop yourself up onto your seat. Reluctantly prop yourself up onto your seat and switch to the other side. I know this isn't going to be restorative. I know, wouldn't it be lovely? If it was restorative, we'd stay there for another 20 minutes. Normally, I would do this supported flexion at the end of class, but I don't want to get all these props all wet after we get all sweaty. So that's why we're doing them at the beginning. Are you even feeling anything, Paige? Are you feeling much? If you're not feeling anything, then you can always make that prop bigger, that mound a little taller. Try that on. And it doesn't have to be a huge stretch. It can be subtle. We're just starting right now. Got about 5 more here. One more slow inhale, attempting to breathe mostly into that lung that's oriented towards the ceiling or the sky. Stretching, stretching, stretching. And exhale. Move up to a seated position. Move your props out of the way. And don't use them anymore tonight unless you're not sweaty. Move to a tabletop position. Stretch your right arm with your thumb up out in front of you. And then stretch your right leg back. Just let it go against the floor. Keep your foot on the floor. You're going to come up to a modified half moon. Lift your right foot off of the floor and stretch your arm towards your front of your mat, and then let your foot drift back down to the floor, arm up. So you're just going to alternate. Same idea here, really trying to stretch that soft tissue around the rib area, armpit, all the way down to your hip. Just keep going back and forth, just like that, just stretching it out. Good. Keep adding the breath here. And then come the whole way up to more of a standing. I'm going to get into the camera for them. You demonstrate, Tori, for everybody. Your knees down. And you have your one leg bent in front of you. You're going to still have that warrior 2 kind of stance. And then move both hands in front of you for tabletop hands and a couple cat and dogs, just like that. I feel like I did this wrong. So it was your right arm up and your right leg back, right? Your right leg you want back straight. I'll show you guys on the camera here in 1 second. I'm sorry. But you're going to come up like this. Up like this, and then stretch it out to this side. And then place both hands in front of you and move into a couple cat and dogs here, stretching out that inner thigh area. So you guys on the camera, you're keeping that leg straight. Arms out in front of you, and a couple cat and dogs here, stretching out that inner thigh area. And go back to standing on your knee. Cartwheel both hands back down and return to your tabletop position. Now, left hand out in front of you, left leg back. Left hand, left leg back. Come up into that modified half moon, and then stretch your arm towards the front of your mat. Let your leg drift down to the floor. Back and forth you go with your breath into this modified half moon. And then this arching stretch, really stretching out that soft tissue around your ribs. Come up to standing on your knee, keeping that left leg straight, the left knee straight. And then reach forward right to the side edge of your mat into your tabletop. I'm going to move my position so my back's not to the camera. And then you're going to go into cat and dog, stretching out that inner leg. Yes, 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 you got it. Very nice. Just feeling that stretch on the inside of your leg, the medial line of your leg. Then come back to standing on your knee once again and cartwheel your hands back down towards your tabletop, into your tabletop. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under and move into downward facing dog. Big breath in here. And exhale. Walk your feet and your hands together till you're into a forward fold in the middle of your mat. Forward fold in the middle of your mat. Ragdoll. Really stretch out. Whole back side of your body. And inhale all the way up to stand. So you're in the middle of your mat in extended mountain pose. Move your hands to heart center, and we'll start with one Om. Breathe the air in. Turn to the long edge of the right side. So if you're standing, I'm going to turn my back to you guys on the camera. You're just going to turn to the long edge of your mat. Move into 5-star. So stretch your arms out really far like you're doing a jumping jack. And down into your high goddess squat. Down into high goddess squat. Stay here in your high goddess squat for just a moment. And then back into your 5-star. Right-sided triangle pose. So move your back foot to 12 o'clock and go down into your right-sided triangle pose towards the back edge of your mat. Towards the back edge of your mat. So right-sided triangle pose towards the back of your edge of your mat. Then bend your right knee into extended side angle towards the back of your mat. And then move into a runner's lunge towards the back of your mat. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Put both hands on your right thigh and lunge your body forward. Tense your fingertips around your front foot. Tuck your back toes under and straighten your right knee as you stretch your hamstrings. Couple more just like that. Bend your right knee. Put your left knee down on the floor. Hands on top of your thigh, lunging forward. Tent your fingertips around your your right foot. Straighten your right knee as you stretch out your hamstrings. Now go down deep into that lunge and then orient yourself to the long edge of the mat. You're moving down into a low goddess squat towards the long edge of your mat. Low goddess squat towards the long edge of your mat. Good. Breathe here. And now straighten your left leg. We're moving into that low runner's lunge towards the front end of your mat and lower your right knee down to the floor. Put both hands on top of that left thigh. And I'm sorry, my back is to you. I know this is like the worst thing you can do as a yoga teacher. But with the camera, I'm going to keep doing it this way because it's going to be just too confusing for me to teach it otherwise. Lift your right knee up and straighten your left knee. And then right knee down to the floor, both hands on top of that left thigh. Good, just stretching it out. So what we're up to tonight are called moon salutations. They're a little bit different than sun salutations. More focus on the sides of the body and moving in the sides of the body. We're heading into extended side angle, left-sided extended side angle. So this is going to take some strength, but you're moving to left-sided extended side angle, oriented towards the front edge of your mat. Take your time. Now triangle. Straighten your left knee in your triangle. Come on out into your 5-star. So stretch it out. 5-star. Move down into that high goddess squat. Come on up out of it into your 5-star. Heel toe your feet together into an extended mountain. You're going to do a crescent to the right. So you're just going to do that side, not crescent lunge, but a crescent shape, like a crescent moon to the side. Come back to center and crescent towards the other side. Inhale, reach up. Now you're just going to do a 180 turn. Bring your hands to heart center to the other long edge of your mat, facing the other long edge of your mat. Go out into your 5-star posture, into your high goddess squat, high goddess squat. So these are like new moon, full moon, and so forth. We're going to keep adding on here as we go. Get a little fire. Back up into your 5-star triangle towards the back edge of your mat. So left foot at 12 o'clock, straighten your knee, triangle towards the back edge of your mat. Extended side angle. Go down into your extended side angle and hold it here for a moment. Down into your low goddess squat. So sweep way down into your low goddess squat. Extended side angle towards the front edge of your mat. I think that'll be the easiest way for me instead of left and right. Triangle to the front edge of your mat. Straighten your front knee into your triangle. Up into your 5-star. Down into your high goddess. Back into your 5-star. Heel toe your feet together to your extended mountain pose. And crescent towards the back edge of your mat. In other words, a side bend towards the back edge of your mat. But you might see Tracy, you guys, doing that side bend right after that rib stretch. Remember that. Inhale back to center. Bend your knees a little bit. Get gooey with it. And then side bend to the front edge of your mat. Keep your guts in. Come back to center. Move your hands to heart center and do your 180 turn towards the other long edge of your mat. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Go down into that high goddess squat. High goddess squat. Good. I'm going to add to this. Twist to the front edge of your mat. Come back to center. Twist your torso to the back edge of your mat. Twist to the front. Good. 3 sets total. Each time you twist, go just a little bit further into that rotation, really trying to get that mobility between the ribs. Come back to center. Move into your 5-star. You're going to triangle to the back edge of your mat. We always start at the back edge of your mat. Triangle towards the back edge of your mat. So it's your right foot. That's at 12 o'clock. Extended side angle towards the back edge of your mat. Look down at your left foot, or your right foot, excuse me, and you're going to move into half moon towards the back edge of your mat. Half moon towards the back edge of your mat. Get really strong in your half moon, and then drift it back down into your extended side angle. Go low down into your low goddess squat towards the long edge of your mat and crow pose. Plant your hands and move into your crow, or attempt to move into your crow for 3, 2, oh, there's your crane. Nice, Paige, and 1. Bring it on down. We're going to extended side angle towards the front edge of the mat. Extended side angle towards the front edge of the mat. Triangle towards the front edge of the mat. Half moon towards the front edge of the mat. So fly up into your half moon towards the front edge of the mat. Good. Drop it back down into your extended side angle. Up into your triangle towards the front edge of the mat. 5-star. Down into your high goddess. Stay here in your high goddess. We're going to do those twists one more time. So twist to the back edge of your mat towards the front edge of your mat. Just rotating that spine. Good. 2 more. They go down low into this high goddess. Hugging your guts. After your last rotation, orient back to center, back into your 5-star, stretch it out. Heel toe your feet together, extended mountain pose. Move your hands to heart center and turn to the other side edge of your mat. Inhale back into your 5-star. And move into your high goddess squat. Down into your high goddess squat. This time, opposite elbows touch down. So take your right elbow to your left knee and back up. We're going to do 3 sets. Good. 2 more. When you come up, really go for that long spine. After your 3rd set, really feeling that stretch across your ribs. Up into your 5-star once again. Triangle towards the back edge of your mat. So left foot, 12 o'clock, and down into your triangle. Look down at your back foot. Fly into your half moon. This time we're moving into sugar cane. So reach back and grab that ankle and really stretch it out in your sugar cane. Stare at something that's not moving. Release your bind back into your half moon. Drop it down into your triangle and move right into extended side angle towards the back edge of your mat. Breathe. Go low down into low goddess squat. Back into your crow. This time in your crow, get strong in your core and let your head go down to the floor into a tripod and lift your legs up towards the ceiling. Bring your knees back down to your elbows. Come back up into your crow with all of your strength. And then extended side angle towards the front edge of your mat. Move your right foot towards the front edge of your mat, down into your extended side angle. Triangle pose, straighten your front knee. Come on up into your half moon. So you're flying into your half moon. When you get into your half moon, reach back and grab that ankle into your sugar cane pose. So really feel that stretch in your sugar cane. Very nice. Release your bind. Drift your back leg down into your triangle pose once again. Come on up into your 5-star. Stretch it out. Heel toe your feet together. Moving into your extended mountain pose. And we'll take that side bend towards the back edge of the mat and stay for a few breaths. Good. These are moon salutations. Saluting the moon. Come back to center. Side bend. You can just feel that crescent shape of the moon in your body. Couple more breaths here. And back to center. Bring your hands to heart center. We're just doing one more moon salutation. Orient towards the other side of your mat. Once again, the other long edge of your mat. Inhale your arms up. Open up your legs really wide, going into that huge star. Just really feel yourself being pulled apart and down into your high goddess. Such a great name, right? Goddess pose. Way up under the balls of your feet. Lift your heels and tap your heels down. Good. You got 5 of those. Good. 3 more. Stay strong in that core. Feel your legs squeezing together to lift those heels up. Oh, and then last time, back up into your 5-star. Triangle towards the back edge of your mat. Triangle towards the back edge of your mat. Look down at your back foot. Fly into your half moon. Sugar cane. Grab that back ankle. Really open it up. Stay here for 2 more. So half moon towards the back edge of your mat. Last one. Release back into your half moon. Let that leg drop back down into your triangle pose and extended side angle. We bend that back knee substantially. We're going to stay here for a few moments just to really move into this shape with our body, and then way down into your crow pose once again. This time you do you, staying in that low goddess or moving into crow or playing with the crow tripod headstand. Crow. Come back to your low goddess. Extended side angle towards the front edge of your mat. Stay here for about 3 breath cycles. We haven't lingered too long in extended side angle. We're going deep down into that extended side angle. Good. There's the breath. I know when you're not doing those sun salutations, sometimes you can lose that rhythm of the breath. Triangle pose towards the front edge of your mat and then fly into your half moon. Sugar cane. You can grab that back ankle. Just open up that shoulder. Good. Nice focus. Get soft with your body, soft with your breath. Release your bind into your half moon once again. Drop your back leg down into your triangle pose. And then come up into your 5-star. Last high goddess. Down into your high goddess. Last one. way down into it. Really pull in your core. Squeeze your legs together. Get really strong. We're not going to add any movement to this one. We're just staying for 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Big inhale. Let it go. Stretch it out. 5-star extended mountain. Heel toe your feet together. Oh, that was a beautiful 5-star there, Jessie. And side bend to the back edge of your mat. Stay there. Breathe in. Let that soft tissue just come apart on the side of your body. Come back to center. Other side. All that stickiness, just letting go. Lots and lots of space for you to inflate your lungs. And then come back to center. Turn so that you're oriented to the front edge of your mat. If you're not there, step up to the front edge of your mat and inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Chair posture, way down into your chair. Take a deep breath in. Air out and sit down a bit more. Hands to heart center and twist to the right. Twist to the right. Put your left hand between your legs and squeeze your knees against your left hand. Now, usually I'm always harping on use your core, use your core. But tonight, don't use your core. Instead, use that vice of your knees gripping your hand and then twist up towards the ceiling to just stretch out that soft tissue all around your ribs, the backside of your body. Sit your butt down another inch. Another big breath in. Exhale, back up into your chair posture and forward fold. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes, pull on them, move into a halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Let your head be super heavy. Release your bind back down into your chair pose. Sit way, way down into your chair pose. 2 more breaths here. Move your arms out of your peripheral vision and rotate your forearms so that your pinkies are going towards the back edge of your mat. Open up your shoulders. Move your hands to heart center. Twist and put your right hand between your legs. Once you have that, squeeze your knees against your arm. Use that connection to just twist. Go ahead and let it go. Really get lazy with your torso actually here so you can feel the stretch and less about the muscling through it this time and more about the stretch across your ribs. Back up into your chair posture and fold. Step on your palms. Let's breathe in together. And exhale. Tuck your chin quite a bit. Couple more just like that. Find that space of ease. Release your bind and inhale all the way up to stand right-sided eagle posture. So right arm under and right leg over. Right arm under and right leg over. And sit it on down. That's it. 2 more here. Last one. Standing leg raise. Release, but go ahead and grab that leg as soon as you're coming out of it. Foot or knee. Now feel that drawing in of your leg. And as if your legs are squeezing together. It's almost as if your leg is being sucked into your body. Externally rotate. So keep that sucking in action and externally rotate your leg. Good. Gaze goes to the opposite side. Dancing Shiva. Move your knee back to center. Switch your grip and go into a big twist here. Again, we're after that twist to stretch out the soft tissue around the ribs. So take a deep breath in. Twist a little bit further. You got to get really kind of, illy gooey, almost embodied laziness, if you will, to allow that stretch to occur. and come back to center and release left-sided eagle. So wrap yourself up into left-sided eagle. Did you do Orange Theory before this, Jessie? I knew it. In some ways, this is a great class after Orange Theory. In some ways, it's challenging. Good. Keep breathing. Standing leg raise. Grab that left knee with your hand and feel your legs drawing in together, not only together in terms of squeezing them together, but sucking into the body. Externally rotate your knee or your foot. Take it out to the side. Nice form, all of you. Think length, Paige. Yeah, you might have to bend the knee a little bit to get the length in that left side of your body. Dancing Shiva, come back to center. But that's just what happens when you're experimenting with straightening your knee. Breathe with me, friends. Join in this communion of air. One more. Come back to center and release. Right-sided eagle once again. Airplane posture. So reach your right leg back. Move the right side of your body down, Jessie. The whole right side of your body. Yes, there it is. Good. Do you feel that? Now you got those hip points level with each other. Lock your right knee out. Lock your right knee out. Very nice. Another big breath here. Put your hands on your standing leg. Walk your hands down, standing split. Reach that leg up just for a moment. Feel that huge hamstring stretch. Swing your back leg to meet your front. Forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale. Come on up to stand. Left-sided eagle. Wrap it up. Airplane posture. Yep, it'll mess with your balance, but that's okay. The key here is to get those right outer leg muscles strong. Feel them fire up. Try that, Paige. Move your left shoulder down towards the floor just a touch. Feel that fire up the outside of your right leg. Yes. Lock up out your standing foot. Nice. Put your hands on your standing leg. Walk your fingertips down to your ankle. Lift that foot up just to feel that beautiful hamstring stretch and release. Swing your back foot down with your other foot. Forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale up to stand, right-sided standing bow. So bend your right knee and reach back and grab that ankle. Have you guys noticed anything you haven't done this whole class yet? And we're not going to do this whole class? You're not going to do a single chaturanga. Unless you want to add it in somewhere. So I say that right now. So you're using all your chaturanga energy right now on this standing bow. So really kick up. Same idea here with that right shoulder down to the floor. Right shoulder down to the floor to get those two hip points in the same plane. Okay, release. Other side. Your right arm, move it out of your peripheral vision. Like we talked about with chair pose. Feel that rotation, moving your pinky towards the midline and go down in and kick. Now that left side of your body, just lower it down an inch and feel the outside of your right thigh just fire up. Love the fire. Keep the fire going and release. Remember those cues for the second set. Go ahead and grab that right ankle once again. Move your arm out of your peripheral vision. So move it back. Yes. And this rotation. Yes. There it is. That opens up the shoulder. Move the right hip down just an inch or two. There it is, Jessie. Yep. Feel that fire and let it go. Other side. You're doing great, Tracy. Yep. Trust yourself. You could always use the wall too. Yep. Good. 2 more. Fire it up with those cues. Left side of the body down just a touch. And release. Let it go. Right-sided tree posture. So right foot on the inside of your left ankle or your calf or your thigh. Push both limbs against each other. Your leg against your foot and your foot against your leg. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Drive your knuckles down to the floor and tuck your chin. Rock your head left and right. Stretch out that soft tissue in your back. Release, and other side. Take that bind again, or you could play with reverse namaste, something a little bit more rigorous. Really feel that broadening across your shoulders. And we breathe together. In this prayer-like posture of tree pose. And release. Inhale, both of your arms up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, high push up, all the way down to the floor. Lower your whole body down to the floor for your locust posture. For locust, interlace your fingers behind your head. Tuck your toes under like chaturanga feet. Tracy, of course, you can just take yours right up towards the ceiling if that's better for you. And we're going for that side bend. So take your right elbow back towards your right foot. Come back to center. Left elbow back towards your left foot. Come back to center and release. Rotate your right ear down to the floor. We'll repeat that once more. So tuck your back toes under, interlace your fingers on the back side of your head. And we're doing that side bend. So you're going to feel that stretch on one side of the body. Come back to center. You're also strengthening these back muscles, the erector spinae muscles that do this for you. Maybe take a couple sets this time, enjoying the stretch on one side, the work on the other side, and release. Rotate your left ear down to the mat. Yes, that's it, Paige. Let out that sigh. Right-sided floor bow. Move your right forearm across the front edge of your mat. Bend your left knee, reach back and grab your ankle from the inside. Press your forearm into the floor and kick. That's it. Kick against your hand. Open up that shoulder. We're only going to stay for another breath cycle. So breathe it in. Let it go and move right to the other side. Left forearm across the front edge of your mat. Reach back on the inside of your ankle. Kick, kick, kick. Opening up that shoulder. You got a single slow inhale. Another exhale. And release. Let it go. Press yourself up onto your knees for camel posture. Put your hands on your low back. Tuck your toes under and lift your sternum up towards the ceiling. Gentle, gentle back bend right here. Keep your toes tucked under and sit on your heels. Sit right down on your heels. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Bend your right elbow, reach under, and grab your fingers, or if you have a strap, you could dangle it in your right hand, grab the end of the strap, just opening up that armpit area. Also, that stretching between the ribs. Release your hands down. Untuck your toes. Put your toenails on the floor and lift one knee up and then the other knee up. Or both knees at the same time. Second camel posture, up onto your knees, hands at your lower back. Feel that stretch across your chest, skin, cartilage, soft tissue around your heart, your lungs, even the tissue of your heart, your lungs. Just feel it all stretch open. Tuck your toes under once again. Sit your tush back onto your heels. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Bend your elbow. Reach under. Clasp your fingers. Move your elbow towards the space behind you and stretch it out. Release. Tense your fingertips down in front of you. Untuck your toes. Put your toenails on the floor. So point your toes. Lift one knee and the other knee, just like we did with our first set. Again, you can always take both knees up to feel that stretch. And release. Swing your legs out in front of you for staff pose, keeping your knees slightly bent, and slowly lower your body down to the floor. Put a block or even 2 blocks underneath your sacrum for supported bridge. Keep your right knee bent and stretch your left knee towards the long edge of your mat and rest your whole leg down towards the floor. You could stay just like that, or you could grab your right knee and pull it into your chest. So your right knee pulling into your chest with your left leg towards the floor, stretching out that psoas, other flexor muscles on the front side of your hip. It's a subtle stretch. That's the stretch. Of course, when you go into these back bends, these wheel and bridge postures, you want to have an extreme stretch there. So we're just warming it up a little bit. Put your right foot down on the floor. Bring your left knee to bend. And now the opposite way. Stretch your right knee long on the floor. Hold on to your left knee. Pull it in. You feel that subtle stretch on the front side of your right thigh. Come back to center. Both feet on the floor. Lift your hips up. If you're done with that restorative phase of this posture, move the blocks out of the way and move into bridge pose, up into bridge pose. From your bridge pose, move into wheel or stay in your bridge. We're going to go 3 postures, 3 breaths, 5 breaths, and 7 breaths. You're already into your 3rd breath. You could tuck your chin, come on down, or you can stay for the entirety, or you could play page if you want to go standing up and so forth. Feel free. So now into our 2nd for 5 breaths. So I'm not sure what you, Allie and Jane are up to, but there's a lot of variation going here on the studio. So about 5 breaths in a posture that opens up your back, feeling that extension in your back. And moving into the last one, 7 breath cycles. One thing you might like, Tori, is to come up into your bridge and then move this right leg up towards the ceiling. So just straight. Yep. Now slightly touch your butt down and then lift it up. Yep. You might not want all that fire right now, so you don't need to do it if you don't want it. But it does strengthen you for it's like a first step to the bridge and the wheel. And if you want to do the other side, so you're even Steven, feel free. Get what you need. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together, knees drifting down to the floor. Check in with the joints of your body, your ankles, your knees, your hips. all the joints of your back, elbows, shoulders, neck. Check in with your mind, moving towards clarity. And look at your heart. Keep your knees bent, but move them back to center. Heel toe your feet to the long edges up to the sides of your mat and let your knees cave towards center. Lift your right foot up and put it on your left knee. So we started here with the knees caving in. So you're just lifting up that right foot and putting it on the knee. Really feel those external rotators stretching. And then windshield wiper the other way. Your knees back to center. And left foot over right knee. With your exhale, let gravity have a little bit more of you. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And start to move forward and back on your mat, taking you into downward facing dog. And we are going to go into a forearm plank. So it's not technically a chaturanga, but it's a forearm plank just to get the shoulders a little bit of loving here. Work on the core in a different way. Forearm plank. Move your right hip down towards the floor. Bring it back to center. Left hip down towards the floor, back to center. 2 more sets. Right foot and left foot. Hip, excuse me. Right hip and left hip. Down into your Sphinx pose. Move your forearms forward. Separate them just a bit and look up with your heart. And then stack your forearms. Put your forehead on your forearms. Move your hands to the base of your ribs and go into a nice upward facing dog. Feel that stretch on the back side of your body. Downward facing dog and right sided half pigeon. Move your right knee up to your right wrist. Right sided half pigeon. And lower your whole body down to the floor. Downward facing dog. And left sided half pigeon. Keep your right leg where it is. Swing your left leg around for single seated leg extension. tuck your hand underneath your calf or your ankle. We're going for that side body stretch. Opposite arm by your ear and move into that banana shape bend. Another final side body stretch here, getting lots and lots of space. And your chest cavity, come back to center and switch. Left foot on the inside. Right hand underneath your calf or your ankle and going for that side body bend on this side. Release, staff pose, stretch both legs out in front of you and slowly lower your whole body down to the mats. Hug your knees into your chest. Draw a circle with your knees. One direction, the other direction. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling just for a moment. We're just going to touch into this inversion for a moment. Hug your knees into your chest once again and move into a supine twist to one side or the other. And flip it the other way. Shavasana. Just like you started tonight. Return to a normal resting breathing pattern. But continue to keep it even between your inhale and your exhale. And play around with taking a longer pause at the top and the bottom of your breath. The needs of your body has changed. So you don't need to breathe quite as deeply or at a fast rate. So slow it down. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Separate your legs quite a bit. So stretch them out in a straddle stretch, laying on your back. Keep your right foot exactly where it is. Lift your left foot up and cross your ankles. So cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Interlace your fingers. Bring your hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms up towards the ceiling. Let your arms rest back on the floor. And take a big banana shape bend towards the right. So you're moving your arms towards your feet, keeping your back on the floor. You're just taking a side body bend. And if you don't know what I mean, you can just glance at me for a second. Just a side body bend. Come back to center. Uncross your legs and do it to the other side. So right ankle crosses over left. That big banana shape to the left. One last chance to really stretch out the lateral line of the body. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock over onto your right. Move into a seated position. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Move your hands to heart center. One final Om. Big breath in. Om. Now that you've saluted the moon, hopefully you'll have a good night's sleep. Namaste. Thanks, Jane. Thank you, Allie, for coming. Appreciate your presence. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, guys.